And hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be, and still with the same shirt, same vibe. And this is actually the last concept that we need to discuss for term one. Yay! And the last concept that we will discuss in relation to RAE or RAE, no matter how much you wish to say it, but basically, we're now going to focus on word problems involving rational algebraic expressions. Let's jump right into it.
Now, let us deal with rational algebraic expressions, and this time around, it's about word problems involving them. So for this video, we're going to have examples in relation to addition and subtraction, and we're going to also have examples for multiplication and division once it is incorporated with word problems. So, we still have our dear crewmates this time around. It's just four of them left because some are vanished to the unknown. So we have here are reading targets to recall operations on RAEs, so you can check out the previous lessons that we had, and at the same time to solve word problems involving them. So let's start with our dear crewmates. Our first example, we will start with yellow. Oh, sorry, black. I'm sorry, I got suspicious there, but we'll start with black. So the word problem is this. Gray is trying to get the area of a certain triangle in terms of r. When you see a word problem like this, it says in terms of r, meaning to say the variable used is the letter r, or the r. That's why in terms of r. No need to panic when you read those kind of things. It's just said in terms of r, so r is the variable. So if the height of the triangle is 3r plus 6 all over r plus 5, and the base is 2r plus 10 all over 2r plus 4, what is the area of the triangle? So will that be equal to 3r over 2? Let's check if black is correct or suspicious. The important detail here is that this is a word problem and there are given details that we have to pay attention to. And since the word here is that area, that implies multiplication, and there's a formula for figures. And the figure we have here is a triangle. So the formula for the area of a triangle is actually 1/2 base times height. In some references, you can see it's base times height all over 2. That's also correct. It's just the same. So what we do now is we substitute the base and the height. Since the base is 3r plus 6 all over r plus 5, and then the height is 2r plus 10 all over 2r plus 4, just basically put it or substitute it to the formula. Now, we'll try to apply factoring to those parts that we can apply factoring to. If you look at the numerator of the base, which is 3r plus 6, they have a GCF, which is 3. So we factor that out. And then for the second RAE, the numerator is 2r plus 10. We can factor out the 2. For 2r plus 4, we can factor out the 2 also. So that's why we can simplify here first the r plus 2's, they both have it, the r plus 5's, and the 2's. So what we all have left is 1 over 2 and 3 in the numerator. So 1 times 3 is 3, and then 2 times 1, the answer is 2. That's why the final answer is 3 over 2. So it's not complicated when you see problems like this. You will simply apply the operations, and again, the technique as much as possible before you multiply is that you simplify. This happens best when you're dealing with binomials, trinomials. Factor first before you multiply. So Gray is actually incorrect because he included a variable in his answer. So we'll kick him out. Goodbye, black or gray. Goodbye. Let's go now with yellow. So yellow is still dealing with a triangle word problem, and this time around, it's now in terms of v. So therefore, the variable is letter v. So if the height is 2v plus 4 all over v squared plus 4b plus 4, and the base is v squared minus 4 all over v squared minus 4b plus 4, what is the area of the triangle? Again, no need to panic. Simply substitute it to the formula. So the formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So your base is v squared minus 4 all over v squared minus 4v plus 4, and goes with the height also, the one that was given. And again, if you can do factoring, do factoring. V squared minus 4 is an example of a difference of two squares. So the factor is as follows. V plus 2 and the quantity v minus 2. That's correct. Then for the denominator, v squared minus 4v plus 4. That's an example of a what? That's an example of a perfect square trinomial. So the factors will be the quantity v minus 2 times the quantity v minus 2. And then if you look at the numerator of the second RAE, they have a GCF, so factor out the GCF, which is 2. So 2v divided by 2, that's 2, v, sorry, then 4 divided by 2, that is 2. And then for v squared plus 4v plus 4, this is an example again of a perfect square trinomial. The factors will be v plus 2 and another v plus 2. Since they both have v minus 2's, we can cancel that out. They both have v plus 2's, two pairs actually. We can simplify that also. And since they both have 2's, we can cancel it out also. So what we have left is 1 in the numerator, and in the denominator we have v minus 2. So the final answer is 1 over v minus 2. To follow, this means that yellow is actually correct. Now we have two left. We have cyan or indigo. I forgot the color. So we'll deal with the word problem. So this word problem now is about addition or subtraction. Basically here it will focus more on addition. So earlier it's multiplication, this one is addition. So cyan can finish fixing the engine in 6 hours. Blue can finish the same job in 4 hours. How much time will it take them to fix the engine together? So cyan thinks that it will be done by 12 over 5 hours. So let's check out if cyan is correct. So in this case, since it's a work problem or a job problem, what you need to do first is to identify what is asked. So we're being asked about the time it will take cyan and blue to finish the work together, the engine. So the given in the problem is that cyan can finish it in 6 hours and blue can finish it in 4 hours. So we'll use x as the total number of hours that it will take them to finish the work together. So we use x as a representation. And again, you can use any variables as you wish. So now, how will we represent it as a given? So we can write Patrick can do it in 1 over 6 of the work each hour. So why is it 1 over 6? Because again, he can finish it in 6 hours. So 6 hours is the denominator, 6. So per hour, you can do 1 hour. In the second hour, you can do 2. You already done 2 hours and so on and so forth. That's the reason why it will be 1 over 6. And why is it 1 over 4 for blue? I did not change the name. It's still Pat. I'm sorry for the typo. That's my name and my brother's name. So basically, 1 over 6 and 1 over 4. And that means that they can do the job together by 1 over x per hour. So basically, we're writing it per hour. It's like in fraction per hour. In this case, you will now have 1 over 6 plus 1 over 4 is equal to 1 over x. How did this happen? Why are we adding the two fractions and we are equaling it to another fraction or an RAE? The reason for this is that we want to check out the value that they will work together. So if you add 1 over 6 plus 1 over 4, it will be a little longer. So the technique here is, since all of them are in fraction form, get the LCD immediately. You have 6 and 4, the LCD there is 12, and you have x, so 12 times x, it's 12x. So multiply 12x or distribute it to every single fraction. We now have 12x over 6, 12x over 4, and then 12x over x. So 12x divided by 6 is 2x. 12x divided by 4 is 3x. So 2x plus 3x, that's 5x. And then 12x divided by x, it's equal to 12. So now you have 5x is equal to 12. Divide both sides by 5 to get the value of x. The answer is 12 over 5 hours. So that means that cyan is actually correct. Again, what happens here, we use the number of hours as the denominator. Okay? So let's apply that for the last word problem, courtesy of blue. So now blue can finish fixing the wires in 10 minutes. Cyan can finish the same job in 8 minutes. How much time will it take them to fix the engine together? Blue thinks it will be done in 5 minutes. Now class, again, based on the given time, we will use that as the denominator. So for blue, it will become 1 over 10. For cyan, it will be 1 over 8. And they can finish 1 over x of the job per hour. So we'll put it that way. So what's the LCD of 10, 8, and x? It's 40x. So distribute 40x. You'll get 40x divided by 10, that's 4x. 40x divided by 8, that's 5x. 40x divided by x, that's 40. So 4x plus 5x, that's 9x equals to 40. And then divide both sides by 9 to get the value of x. The answer is x is equal to 40 over 9 minutes. So roughly that will be like 4 minutes and a few seconds. So basically still blue is actually incorrect. So we're gonna kick out blue in the mothership. And that ends our lesson with RAE. We have yellow and cyan as our victorious crewmates. So they're not the imposters. So basically that ends our lesson with RAE, and that's it. So I think that will be the last time you're gonna hear me discuss a lesson for the videos. But again, see you guys in class.
And that ends the video lesson. I hope that you learned something new. Hope that it'll be retained once you see me in class, or if you're not my student, well, I hope you retain this lesson once you face your teachers during the exams and so on and so forth. Good luck with that. Well, if you want to watch the previous lessons, you could just check them out, all the playlists that I have prepared in this same channel. Be sure to always support, always know what's up, and it's respect. And in case you don't see me, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.